everyone, welcome back to Velvet Moments. Have you ever watched an episode that seems simple at first? An easy stroll, gentle laughter, a short holiday, yet somehow leaves a deep warmth lingering in your chest long after it ends? The latest episode of Are You Sure? Is exactly that kind of experience. It isn't driven by dramatic twists or grand surprises, but by quiet moments that slowly reveal just how strong a bond can be when two people have grown used to walking side by side. From laughter that flows effortlessly during the journey, to the cold touch of lake water, to the calm silence before sleep, everything feels honest, intimate, and unmistakably them. So if you're ready to follow a vacation that quietly transforms into an emotional journey, let's talk about it together. Today we're still diving into the newest episode of Are You Sure? An episode that feels like a perfect blend of travel, friendship, and a connection that continues to grow stronger without ever needing to explain itself out loud. From the very beginning, the atmosphere feels different, warmer, freer, and more intimate in a way that's natural rather than forced. Their journey begins as they head toward a lake surrounded by open nature. Along the way, Jimin and Jungkook walk side by side, their expressions bright and relaxed. Laughter comes easily. Teasing flows without effort. Their body language speaks of long familiarity, the kind that doesn't need constant reassurance. Nothing feels staged. It's simply two people enjoying each other's presence exactly as they are. When they arrive, the plan is to unwind after the long trip by resting on a small jacuzzi boat floating at the center of the lake. Warm water, fresh air, and an endless natural view create the perfect setting to slow down. They soak, chat lightly, laugh under their breath, and even share a beer, almost as if the outside world has paused, giving them a private moment to breathe. Jimin is the first to leave the warmth behind and test the cold lake water. At first, he hesitates, his body tensing, but then something shifts and excitement takes over. Jungkook immediately starts teasing him, telling a small lie and urging Jimin to jump first. The harmless trick works, drawing out laughter and revealing a playful side that only surfaces when they feel completely safe. Not wanting to lose, Jimin insists that Jungkook should jump next. He keeps persuading him, half begging in a joking tone, until Jungkook finally gives in. In the end, they jump together. A spontaneous moment that feels like a perfect symbol of their dynamic. Hesitant together, brave together. In the water they swim side by side. Jungkook even compliments Jimin's swimming skills. A small comment, but one that softens the moment even more. Then the play begins. Jimin wraps an arm around Jungkook's waist, and they try swimming in a ridiculous way, one moving the arms, the other simply going along for the ride. They laugh and say, "This is so funny," as if they already know that moments like this will someday become treasured memories. What starts as gentle splashing soon turns into a small water fight. Jimin jokes, "My life in the military is like this," while Jungkook pats his lower back. Jimin immediately replies, "If I attack once, I'll get hit 7 times. The joke is light, but it hints at a closeness that only exists between people who've endured a lot together. As things calm down, they begin singing softly, taking in the scenery. Then suddenly an idea sparks, they start role-playing. They pretend to be pirates, laughing as they scout for enemy ships. Their little boat moves forward while they call each other captain, telling one another to stay calm, completely immersed in their shared imagination. A brief moment of concern appears when they think they've lost the staff boat and worry about how they'll get back. But panic quickly turns into laughter when they realize their boat has a radio. Problem solved, adventure resumed. When they arrive at their new accommodation, they step into the first room and are immediately impressed. Jimin walks around, praising how beautiful and cozy it feels. Jungkook casually approaches and says, "This is our room," as if it's already decided they'll share it. Jimin instantly tells him to go to the next room, but Jungkook's first instinct is endearing, a reflection of how naturally he gravitates toward being close. They head out to eat together, and at the table Jimin even feeds Jungkook, who accepts it without hesitation, looking completely content. After snacks, Jungkook takes over the kitchen and starts cooking. The dinner is simple, but it feels special, because it's made and shared together. That night they return to their rooms. Jungkook suggests changing clothes in the bathroom, while Jimin chooses the faster way, taking off his shirt and turning off all the cameras. When the cameras come back on, they're already in pajamas. Despite there being an empty room available, Jungkook ends up sleeping in Jimin's room anyway, as if everything always circles back to the same place. Before sleeping, they play rock, paper, scissors. After that, the atmosphere grows quiet. Interestingly, not much happens that night. Yet the silence itself feels intimate in its own way. The next morning, they decide whether to take a day off or follow the schedule through a game. They play a gesture-guessing game and it ends in a draw. Both of them win. That means a day off. They stroll around the lake, stop for lunch, and order a dish called Crazy in Love. They share the food while joking around and showing off silly edits they made themselves. Small moments, but filled with meaning. Later they feed ducks or geese. Jungkook pretends to feed them to lure them closer, and then the staff arrives with actual snacks. Jungkook even tells the birds to play rock, paper, scissors and sit properly if they want food. Naturally, the greediest one steps forward first. They laugh endlessly. The next destination is far more extreme. A free fall from about 90 meters high. Jimin immediately refuses, he's scared. He says he'll only jump if Jungkook loses the game. Confidently, Jimin says he's sure Jungkook will win. But when Jungkook sees the height, nerves kick in. His heart races, yet he still prepares himself. Before the jump, their interaction once again feels sweet and playful. Small touches, brief glances, nervous laughter. Jungkook finally jumps, fully embracing the adrenaline, and successfully sees the words below. That means Jimin doesn't have to jump. Strangely enough, Jungkook wants to do it again. He even jumps several more times, inviting a staff member to join him. Jimin can only laugh and say, "I should have known." On the final jump, Jimin waits below filming. When Jungkook spots Jimin, he waves and forms a heart with both hands. A simple gesture, yet deeply memorable. On the way back, the mood becomes more reflective. Jungkook sends a message to Bam filled with guilt and love. Jimin shares a message for Dosun, his childhood dog. That brief exchange reveals a softer, more vulnerable side of them both. Before the day ends, they buy ice cream and share it. Jungkook briefly wants to return to the lake, then changes his mind, but the crew prepares everything anyway. Jungkook tries persuading Jimin, even joking about catching a goose. His bravery vanishes instantly when an actual goose approaches, making Jimin laugh and tease him. In the end, Jimin joins in. They return to the lake, splash around, pretend to drown, and hold on to each other to stand back up. All that laughter becomes the perfect closing to the day. They head back to the lodge wrapped in towels, hearts light, carrying new memories that will stay with them for a long time. A simple day that turned into something special simply because they experienced it together. This episode may look like an ordinary holiday, swimming, joking, eating, then heading home tired. But that's exactly where its beauty lies. We see how Jimin and Jungkook accompany each other in the simplest things, laugh without needing a grand reason, and feel safe just by being together. Not every bond needs to be explained with words. Some are felt through glances, small touches, and shared laughter. If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with fellow Velvet Moments fans. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode and the next unforgettable moment.